Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3 going to present about Singapore clothing customs. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Septia Shifa Hilwanisa.
My name is Upi Dahlia.
My name is Azahra Putri Indirasari.
The first topic is background of Singapore clothing customs. Being a small island nation, Singapore inculcates people of four ethnicities majority. These are ethnic Chinese, Malays, ethnic Indians, and a small number of Eurasians. Though being a small country or city, Singapore is multiracial as well as multicultural, which makes it the reason why it is home to a diverse range of ethnic wears, which helps in defining the city's culture. Therefore, Singapore's multicultural and multi-ethnic society is reflected in the clothing wear. The next slide is history of the changing of fashion in Singapore. Over the course of those 50 years, fashion within the country has transformed greatly along with the changing times. The face of fashions in Singapore changing from the late 1950s to the present. There are several eras the changing of fashion in Singapore. The first one is finding its feet in the 50s. In this era, dressing up in the latest styles was a luxury only awarded to the wealthy classes. The straight Chinese, for example, a man dressed in formal white shirts and ties, pants, a coat, and leather shoes. When it comes to women's style, women's clothing became more westernized in the 1950s, such as form-fitting dresses, which showed off their feminine figures. The second one is swinging into style in the 60s. Traditional wear became reserved for diplomatic occasions in ceremonies. For example, the classic Chinese dress or cheongsam, also known as the kipao. The third is sky-high style in the 70s. In this era, there was an update on the traditional kebaya, which infused the traditional Malay sarong with batik in bright colors. The popularity of this style among ordinary Singapore women becoming somewhat of a national custom. This image of the Singapore girl has become so popular. The 70s also saw the launch of jeans culture in sport as global brands Levi's, Lee Cooper, and Wrangler entered the market. The fourth is fashion goes global in the 80s. During the 80s, Singapore had well and truly entered the fashion market. Local designers also took fashion out of the country and built up a global audience. The last is national pride during the 90s. The miniskirt was high fashion during the 90s, as well as casual, comfortable clothing like Bermuda shorts. It also gave rise to designers celebrating Singaporean heritage. An example, the orchid style of the early 90s. Today, these bright floral styles have become synonymous with Singapore's identity globally. The next topic will be presented by Upi Dahlia.
The next is traditional custom in Singapore. Singapore is multiracial as well as multicultural, which makes it the reason why it is home to a diverse range of ethnic wear, which helps in defining the city's culture. So let's dive into the culture of the resident and take an in-depth look at the traditional dress of Singapore. There are 5 traditional dresses of Singapore that represent the country's rich diversity. The first is baju kurung. Baju kurung is a traditional custom as well as the national dress of Singapore and Malaysia. This traditional dress became fashionable in the late 19th century by Sultan Abu Bakar of Johor. Baju kurung is a generic name given to the outfit for both male and female. The male custom is recognized as baju Melayu and the female version as baju kurung. The baju kurung has 2 distinct fashion methodology. The baju kurung teluk belanga and the baju kurung cekak musak. These two can be differentiated only based on a standing color on the neck of the outfit, the former one having no color. The second is baju Melayu. The male version of baju kurung is a baggy shirt with long sleeves and is worn with long trousers. Usually a sampin or 3/4 or even full sarong style garment crafted with the traditional pattern of woven materials like kain songket or tenun pahang diraja. Goes with the traditional dress of Singapore, which is wrapped around the mid-body section from the stomach area and it goes down to the knee or even lower. There are 2 genders of the baju Melayu. The cekak musang shirt usually has 3 pockets, 2 at the bottom and 1 at the upper left breast. And the teluk belanga shirt, 2 pockets at the bottom. The next slide will explain by Azahra.
Okay, the third plot is cheongsam. The exquisiteness of this elegant, traditional Singapore custom makes it a great alternative modern wear. Having a sleek fit and appropriate cuts for comfort with a high color made from silk or cotton. The Chinese cheongsam or kipao portrays the duality of modern wear as well as revives the traditional culture and identity. Cheongsam has been widely popular overseas as well as in mainland China for over 18 long years since its development in China during the early Republican times. Later on, cultural migration result in the spirit of this traditional attire in Hong Kong, Shanghai, where Chinese women adopt it. In Southeast Asia, this traditional dress of Singapore is considered as an alternative to fashionable and modern garments. The next cloth is sarung kebaya and nyonya kebaya. A symbol of dignity for the Peranakan woman, nyonas in Singapore, this traditional dress of Singapore was popularized in early 28th century by iconic banners of the Singapore girl, as well as TV show like The Little Nyona and famous personality like Evan Hang. The sarong kebaya is a tight fit costume which comprises of tight blouse and skirt of beautiful batik. Today, not only Nyona women in Singapore, but also Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Myanmar take a pride in wearing this traditional outfit. Moreover, this national dress of Singapore is the uniform of the stewardess of Singapore Airlines, which increases the prestige of this already dignified custom and also encourages a woman to wear this outfit. And the next is Nyonya Kebaya. According to Peranakans, today are Chinese or Baba Nyonya, descendants of Chinese immigrants to Penang as well as Malacca and Singapore in the last century. Therefore, the main language of this group is Chinese Malay. In addition to preserving the characteristic of ancestors, the Peranakan community has established itself with a distinct identity in food, clothing, rituals, crafts, and culture. Most Peranakan Chinese are not Muslims, but follow ancestor worship and Chinese religion. With the arrival of British colonialists, the Peranakans also quickly adapt to the new historical context. They learned English and spoke English very well. Today, they maintain both languages in harmony with a dynamic and rich Singaporean. Nyonya Kebaya consists of a skirt and a long dress, in which the garment is trimmed sewing suit to embrace the Singaporean woman. Nyonya Kebaya is handmade custom, which is in a very sophisticated and meticulous manner. This custom is worn on specialist occasions such as weddings, festivals, and so on. Today, Nyonya Kebaya is innovative by young people when combined with jeans or pants. Short skirts for more widespread use in daily life, such as walking on the street or at the work. The last cloth is saris. Saris in Singapore, Indians often wear saris on important occasions. This traditional outfit is extremely stylish and colorful. This is handmade outfit from high quality silk or cotton to keep the body cool. In order to make the outfit more sophisticated and luxurious, they also wear the same set with the same sparkling color. The traditional customs have contribute to honor the charm of the island lion culture. Traveling to Singapore, visitor can also buy the beautiful costume on the souvenir or as gifts. Each dress will remind visitor to beautiful islands, and it will definitely be a meaningful gift for tourists. Okay, that's all the presentation from group 3 about Singapore clothing custom. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Thank you.